Just make sure you do it for fun and you don't do it with the intention of succeeding. Just do it for fun.
Look guys, I'm a little afraid to make this video. That doesn't mean it doesn't need to be done. This video needs to be done, but I'm afraid to make it because what I'm afraid of doing is having this turn into what looks like a streamer bashing video. And that's not what I'm trying to do here at all. Let me just explain what's going on here. I make, as you know, YouTube videos on social media strategies, how to grow your Twitch channel, making your Twitch channel look beautiful, all the things required to grow on Twitch, which I am capable of doing because I've been working on social media for about 5 years, full-time, making YouTube videos, making Vines, Instagrams, even working on political campaigns on social media strategies. And so naturally, as someone who makes these videos, I go and I watch other people's videos on this, and there were a couple videos that stood out where the advice was just backwards. But what makes this video so hard to do is oftentimes those streamers giving the bad advice are actually great streamers, but they grew their following, you know, 5 to 8 years ago when the platform was just in its infancy, this little bubble living on its own in the corner of the internet. And then as the platform grew, they grew along with it, but it's 2019 and those strategies don't work anymore. Twitch is owned by Amazon. It's rivaling YouTube. It's got millions and millions of monthly unique broadcasters all trying to make it on the top. You just can't grow the same way you did 5 years ago. And a lot of you out there who are trying to grow your Twitch channel are looking to these big partnered streamers for advice and taking it to heart. And honestly, some of these things are going to destroy your potential for a career. They need to be addressed. If I'm going to have any kind of credibility in this industry, I need to be the one to do it. So here's how this is going to work. I'm going to play these clips. I'm going to have them blurred. I don't want this to become a streamer bashing session. You'll probably pretty easily be able to figure out who they are. Please just recognize that these are good streamers. Okay, but just that their strategies that they use to grow don't apply to 2019. They don't apply to you. And I want you to think critically about any advice that any streamer gives, including myself. So if you figure out who any of these streamers are, don't go sending anything negative their way. I love the community on Twitch. I love how positive and tight-knit it is. Please don't make Twitch the next YouTube. We're gonna watch these clips. I'm going to take the advice that they shared. I'm going to explain to you why it doesn't apply or help anymore. And in some situations, maybe finish the half-given advice and help you understand what you should be doing. All right? Dope. You should know, by the way, I stream on Twitch every Monday, Wednesday, Friday evening, and Saturday morning. Link down in the description below. Make sure you jump in there, follow me, hit the little notification bell so you know when I go live, and I can hang out with you next stream. And then go ahead and help me out. Make sure you hit the like button on this video if you're finding it helpful at all.
What are some of your tips for streamers like myself? I'm trying to build up my streamer base a little bit more.
Yeah.
How can I do that? What's some advice?
For me, it's a tough question to answer because I never started from zero. I had my YouTube audience I brought over. A lot of people are going to tell you consistency, maintaining a schedule.
This one, this one's probably the most frustrating of all. The guy had the answer. He had the answer right in front of him right from the start.
I had my YouTube audience I brought over.
He didn't have to do the grind on Twitch. He had already started on YouTube, and when he moved over to Twitch, his audience moved along with him. That's the answer. That's the best answer I can give when people ask how to grow on Twitch. Start a YouTube channel, grow a following there, bring that following over to Twitch. Everything he said after that, stay on a schedule, enjoy yourself, that is all good advice, but the best answer was right there. Grow a platform outside of Twitch on more searchable platforms like YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, then move that following over to Twitch.
Try and be there every day. If you really do want to make it like full-time, grow your channel, be there every day, same time. Try and be there every day.
You have to stop telling people to do that. You can't keep telling these new streamers to stream every single day. They're sitting there on Twitch for hours, full-time jobbing it for 0 viewers. Guys, there is no point to sitting on Twitch for 0 viewers. You are 1,000 people down on the list. Nobody is scrolling down there. It's not a discoverable platform for small streamers. Don't waste your time streaming every day. Back off to 3 days a week, maybe even 2 days a week, and spend that time that you would be streaming for 0 people, making 0 money, spend that time making content on other platforms, getting as many eyeballs on you as possible, and then having those 2 streams a week or 3 streams a week to give them something to move to, right? Be there at a certain time. Just don't make it your grind. What I'm finding interesting about this is a lot of these people look kind of flustered and are just kind of trying to find an answer. It looks like these guys started interviewing people without telling them ahead of time they were going to interview them, and they're like, hey, what should I do to grow? And they're like, I stream every day. I bet you if this guy had 5 to 10 minutes to come up with a solid answer, he probably would have come up with something different.
It's like you have to enjoy it, right? That has to be your main driving factor. Like if I'm not feeling like streaming today, I'm not going to stream. Like I don't want to be out there feeling like it's an actual job.
Oh, I don't want to feel like it's an actual job. I understand this one. Social media careers require a lot of discipline. It requires a very specific type of person. You didn't get into Twitch because it's a job and it provides for a family. You got into Twitch because you wanted to try your hand at doing something you love for a living instead of being an accountant. Face it, nobody's passionate about being an accountant. Now I'm gonna get passionate accountants freaking out at me in this video. Passionate accountants probably aren't watching this video. Does it matter? Can I say that? Nobody's passionate about being an accountant. You become an accountant because you're good at it and it's good money and you do what you want when you're not accounting, right? You got into Twitch because you were willing to replace some of that security with risk because you love doing it. And if you stop loving doing this, you probably really shouldn't be in it to begin with. However, there's still a major flaw in what this guy's saying. The people that succeed in these self-made positions like social media, content creation, etc., are in general the most driven people I've ever met. They're the people that wake up early and then they work until they collapse and they sleep for 4 hours and they wake up and do it again the next day, and they do that every day, not because they have to, but because they love it. And frankly, that's what it takes. If you want a career doing what you love, you have to understand that there are a million other people that will do probably much more than you for that job. You have to be willing to do what 99% of those other people aren't willing to do. You have to be willing to stream when you're sick. You have to be willing to work hard when it's not fun. You have to be willing to be creative and do it when it's scary. You can't just say, you know what, I don't feel like it today, I'm not gonna do it. If you don't have that work ethic and you don't enjoy this, it might not be for you.
The one thing I always tell people every time they ask is always to be yourself. There's not a facade, there's not some layer in the way. You'll get the best response if you just act like yourself.
You guys probably recognize this voice, and I'm okay with that. This is Dr. Lupo, and I wish he would have elaborated on this a little bit because it's actually pretty solid advice. Don't be someone you're not, but I wish he would have gone a little further because he kind of left it up to interpretation. There are a lot of people that make content one day and then a year later their content looks exactly the same. They're not reflecting on themselves. They're not improving. They're not finding the bits of their personality that work on camera and recognizing the pieces of their personality that don't, and emphasizing the good and starting to eliminate the bad. Like, for example, I know that when I stare at a camera, my mind goes blank. It always has for 5 years. And so I write up outlines beforehand and I have it on a computer in front of me right here. And that's why you see jump cuts. Not because I like jump cuts, but because in general, like right now, my mind's going blank. I can't, when I look at a camera, I can't think of the next word, and I need that help. And so by eliminating the stutters and eliminating the blank spaces, I'm able to emphasize the sentences that I spoke very well. There's a difference between trying to be someone else and trying to be your best self.
Treat it like a hobby, you know, have some fun with it. If people come into the channel and you love streaming, keep streaming. Treat it like a hobby.
Let's go back to the video that I played at the very beginning of this.
Just make sure you do it for fun and you don't do it with the intention of succeeding. Just do it for fun.
This one is another example of just all around, if someone takes this advice to heart, they're ruining their potential at actually having a career. Like, I'm not going to say the name of the person who said this. This person's actually a great streamer. I've watched them a ton, but there's a difference between him and you or myself. This guy is a professional gamer. He competes for a professional team. He's backed by a major organization, and he's already gaming full-time all day, every day. It's his full-time job. When that is your job and you're that good, you can just flick on the stream when you're practicing. You might as well. Plus, you have the entire backing of a massive organization to push hundreds of thousands of built-in fans to your stream. You don't need to try that hard. You can treat it like a hobby and you will grow. If you're not a professional streamer, you need to treat this like a job. If you don't, it will never be your job. Nobody graduates high school and says, I want to be an architect. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to play with Legos for an hour a day. No, you go to college and you kill yourself for 4 years to get a degree. And then you intern at a job. And trust me, I don't like the system either. There's a reason I dropped out of college. This didn't make sense to me. But at the end of the day, if you want to become an architect, you destroy yourself for years to make it a career. Social media and content creation, and that includes streaming on Twitch, is a legitimate career now. And if you want to make it your career, you have to treat it like a career. Otherwise, it's just never gonna be one. All right, here's another clip from a different video.
To completely ignore the numbers.
What are you saying? What are you saying? You can't tell people to do that. Could you imagine if a TV network posted a TV show and then just ignored the numbers? That's how they measure the success and the reaction of the audience. That's how they know which TV show to fund. These are metrics that help you understand the direction your stream should go in the future. There are times when I've had 130 viewers and I looked back maybe 10 minutes later and I've dropped down to 80 viewers. And it's given me an opportunity to reflect and to say, what have I been doing for the last 10 minutes that made me lose 50 viewers? What can I change here? And usually it's because maybe I'm getting intense. I'm playing PUBG or Fortnite or something, and I'm in a heated battle or a couple heated battles for 10 minutes, and I have zero engagement in my chat in any way. And this has given me the opportunity to recognize, you know what I need to do? I need to add features to my stream. I need to add extensions. I need to add games to my stream so that when I am focused, the people watching my stream still have something to do so they don't leave. This has been really important to me, and that metric has helped my stream immensely. I get it. It's distracting, but it's part of the job, and it's an important part of the job. Numbers reflect what you're good at and what you need to improve. Take some time while you're still small and watch them and learn to be able to look at them without it affecting your personal confidence. So that way, when you do grow and you do go from 80 viewers down to 40, it doesn't kill your self-esteem, but it allows you to reflect on what's going on. That is a big part of the job. And if you don't think you're gonna be able to handle that, again, maybe this job isn't for you. But I have a hard time believing that there's anybody who's just not capable of it. I think you can do it. I think if you give it enough time, give it enough practice, and have the right mindset, it's totally something you can do. Guys, if you enjoyed this video at all, please hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications so you can know whenever I post videos. I post 1 or 2 videos a week. Also, let me know some of the best advice you've ever heard about streaming, whether it's from me or a different streamer that you heard on stream talking about this. If you have any more questions about this, or you're just looking for the world's greatest community, make sure you join my Discord, link in the description below. In there, there's an operating room for you to get your questions asked, as well as some free overlays and animations that you're welcome to use, as well as a bazillion other things where you can, you know, find people to collaborate with on your next stream. But guys, that's been it for this video. I hope this was helpful. I hope this gives you some things to focus on for your next stream. And as always, happy streaming.
Did you get him?